Alrighty. All right, so journal, hopefully you got that done. We talked about quite a few organelles out of your notes yesterday, so you could pick any two of those that you wanted to and say what their function was. And that would get it for the journal. I think it's the same EQ as we did yesterday. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to label the pictures. It's the pictures of the two cells that are in your notes. Let's see. Oh, no, this is it. So I'll kind of get adjusted. We can do the top cell first. Take it down just a little bit more. The things that are listed over here to the side, I relisted them here under plant cell. You can see 11 is central vacuole. I just relisted it over here since it was kind of sideways. So it may be easier to read for you to read it that way. So the first one is a plant cell. And the reason you can tell it is a plant cell is because it has a cell wall. It has two layers right here. So the outside layer is the cell wall. The inside layer would be the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. It also has this big central vacuole that an animal cell would not have. And it also has chloroplast, which you really can't tell from this picture. If we actually had a plant cell, what color would it be? Green, compared to an animal cell would not be green. All right. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes to label that one. Andrew, you don't have notes? That's as much as I can give it in. Or we'll have to do it in a couple of.
There will be no boys basketball practice after school today. Thank you. Have a good day.
The second one that's coming into view is your animal cell, and you can tell it's an animal cell because it only has one layer. It only has the cell membrane. And these are both eukaryotes because they have nucleus and a lot of other membrane-bound organelle. There'll be some other things that animal cells have that plants don't, but your big thing is going to be that your plant cell has the cell wall and your animal cell has only the cell membrane. It says leucoplast, Leucoplast, and then it says with starch. That's not one that we discussed yesterday. That's not going to be a real common one. And same thing down here at the bottom, 11 and 12, I wrote this way. They're the same thing as the 11 and 12 that are written sideways. So besides the animal cell not having a cell wall, they have centrioles, which looks like little, kind of like little pieces of wood, and they come in pairs. And then they also have lysosomes that have the digestive juices that kind of break down, use parts of the cell. It's very rare for plants to have lysosomes. If you're through labeling it, you can go ahead and get out your Chrome book. And you'll want to leave your notes out. If you'll start off in your stream, there's an invitation to join Quizz. So you need to do that first if you haven't. So once that you made sure that you joined in the quiz, if you go into your assignments, And under classwork, if you look down to quizzes, it'll say quiz, open notes, cell organelle. If you'll take your time on it, you'll make a really good grade because it's not that hard. Like I said, it's mainly cell organelle, which is what we did yesterday in our notes. I think there may be one question or two questions about prokaryote versus eukaryote cells. But the majority of it is over the cell organelle. Yeah. Here you see with the labeling. Do I have what? Yeah, this is as long as it's flat. Everybody able to find it okay? All right, so we'll finish up with the quiz and then that will be it today. We'll have a little bit of notes to do tomorrow.